Matt, thank you for the time. It's been a couple years since you've been in the octagon. How do you feel? How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, again, man, I've said a few times, it feels completely new again. Feels like my first fight again for the UFC. Like I'm starting from zero. So I think you're going to see a new fight. You're going to see a refreshed energy. And I just feel better all around. So
you feel like, again, you're starting all over, but you actually like that feeling despite?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm just going through the motions like I kind of felt before. I don't feel like, it's just another day. I mean, it feels like a big thing, and it feels like, which it is. And, I said I feel reinvigorated and fresh, good energy. My weight's great. Feel strong, feel powerful. So I think all the stars are aligned. I'm going to go out there and have a great night.
You obviously suffered some gnarly injuries with the ACL. Is that back to 100%? Do you even notice it, really? And how did camp go, especially working with Mark Coleman?
Yeah, the camp went great. Injuries weren't an issue during camp. So, again, man, just very happy, gracious to be here. Happy to get to perform on a big stage again and remind the world who I am.
And you also started a coffee business on the side. How's that going?
Business is a brick-by-brick thing. So little by little, it's getting some coverage out there, getting some names out there, getting the promotions are coming along. So, yeah, it's just little by little, man, piece by piece.
Feel free to shout it out if you want.
Yeah, well, we are, right? We're talking about it. So, yeah.
You're up against Ben Saunders, another veteran. Did you ask for him specifically? Is that who they just gave you? How did that fight come about?
Just who they gave me. I've never asked for a fighter. I'm not really that guy. It's just who they gave me. I said, okay, let's go.
And do you think this fight is going to go the full 15 minutes? Do you think you'll be able to get him out of there sooner? How do you see this going down?
I don't know what's going to happen. I know that I'm going to be at my best, and if he can handle that for 15 minutes, it's going to go 15. If he can't handle it, then it's going to end when it ends.
And you've also talked about how, again, you've fallen in love with the sport again with the time off. Specifically, have you made any big changes or anything in your mindset of your camp, the way you approach camp and approach fights now?
I wouldn't say big changes. I would say small changes and a lot of improving those things that I kind of looked past. A lot going back to the basics. A lot of those things that kind of took for granted, like just a jab, just a 1-2, or just shrimping a little better, or basic rolls, things like that, basic takedowns, and really improving those fundamentals is kind of where we got back to.
Gotcha. And if everything goes well on Saturday, how fast do you want to get back to the octagon? Are you not worried about that? I mean, what are you thinking?
They just announced March 28th in my home of Columbus, Ohio, so I'm asked to get on that.
Gotcha. And last question from me. I've been asking all the fighters here. There's been a lot of talk about legacy from the champions, what that means building. You've obviously a veteran of the sport, well recognizable name. What do you believe your legacy is, and what legacy do you want, going forward? And at the end, when you do hang them up for good, what's the legacy you want to leave behind?
Well, I hope that I can inspire some people, that they see me fighting and they can use that for inspiration. That's what it's all about, is giving back and inspiring others to attack whatever they're doing to the best and never give up. And that's what being immortal is all about, and that's what it means. And that's about it, man. Other than that, I mean, I really focus on the next thing and take it day by day. I don't worry about what I've done, and I'm worried about what I'm going to do.
Thanks so much for the time, and good luck on Saturday.